Supposedly, this is working right now. Boy, I've got a big new tablet here. It's not even a new tablet. It's one I've had for a while. Anyway, no one's here yet, and I know I should really start these lives earlier and set it to happen in 15 minutes so that when I actually start it, there are people already there. But I don't have time for that all the time. In fact, I'm like 20 minutes late right now because I was outside driving my boat around chasing some guy. Oh, Mr. Landfill's here. How you doing, man? It's funny, Mr. Landfill, you've said a message, but up here in the little thing, it says there's nobody here. Oh, Ken, how you doing, Ken? Good talking to you the other day. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the camera's on the bottom now. So I'm using a different tablet now. This is a much bigger tablet. It works much faster. And now the camera is in the middle of the tablet instead of on the side. So before I always just had to use this hand to do my scrolling, but now it's going to be in the way. So now I have to switch to this hand. Very nice and clear. Excellent. I think my thing is also downloading some update or something. And I don't know how to put it on pause, and I don't have time to figure it out. So anyway, so yeah, hopefully this will be better video and stuff quality than it has typically been. Of course, it still screws up if I move a lot, right? So here, tell me how bad it gets when I do this. If I go like this, it really screws it up, right? And if I just come back and chill out. Space helmet on Capitan video. Honeymooners reference. Oh, hello, fellow off-gridder. Looking better so far. Okay. So what was I going to talk about today? Well, first of all, Tomaters. Okay, you're right here. I was going to put you as a moderator, right? So if I click on you, oh, come on, Tomaters. If I click on Tomaters, okay, I don't know how to do this. Wait, how do you make someone a moderator? I've done it accidentally, gotten the screen to come up, but now I can't do it on purpose. Oh, okay, I don't know how to do anything. Much better than your other tablet when you move around a lot. Is it? Was it actually working better? Anyway, yeah, my other tablet is just slow. Like I turn it on, and when I turn it on, the tablet is like, all right, initiating calculations to begin startup of initial reactor sequence calculations, getting numbers now to initialize the beginning startup, and it's just like 40 minutes of this startup crap. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's really slow. So this one seems to be much better, and the screen is way huger. What wattage are your solar panels on your boat? They're 250s, 250 watts each. And I looked at this the other day. I think it's something like 8.3 amps, and then 30 something volts. I don't remember exactly. You know, the voltage obviously changes and the amperage obviously changes depending on a bit of stuff. But I think the peak power was 8.3 amps and then 30 something volts or 30 something low. Let's see. I will be backup mod if you like. Okay, poked my eye out, Jaimie. Okay, how do I set up a moderator? I thought before I could accidentally click on someone's name and this screen came up. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so what was I going to talk about today? Well, first, I'm a little bit late because I was putting YouTube thing on this tablet and I was like, oh, well, I just go and download the thing, right? Except this is an Amazon tablet, which is like anti-Google. So I had to do all this crap and get some help, and it was like a freaking hour-and-a-half ordeal of downloading this and that. And anyway, it works now. So that's what I was doing this morning, right before this. And then I was actually over at DeShana's. I got her to help me do that. And then on the way back, I saw some guy fishing around my island. And whenever I see someone fishing around my island, I like to go talk to them just in case it's a troublemaker and, find out who they are. And if nothing else, just be kind of a little bit obnoxious obnoxiously friendly to slightly deter people from hanging around my island, you know? Because a lot of people around here are like, oh, these people are always hanging around right in front of my property. I can't get rid of them. And I'm like, go be super nice to them. And I'm not sure if it's that it's like obnoxious when you're so nice, or if the people then feel bad about being rude to someone who's nice. But either way, it makes a lot of people not just mill about. Anyway, it was this German guy, Jorgen, who lives real close. I don't know how long he's been there. I didn't talk to him that long because, I had to come in to do this. But if he lives right around here, I'll probably see him more. He seemed like a cool guy. Like he might be a friend. I don't know. We'll see. But he was fishing, and he looked a little bit crappy. Like he had crappy clothes on. Like he wasn't trying to he wasn't fronting or like posing or nothing. He's just like, I got my fisherman cap on, and I got my rough shirt, and I'm just fishing. And he had fish. He wasn't doing it for fake. He was just like doing his stuff, not caring what anyone else thinks. So yeah, I might have to become friends with this guy. Anyway, what else is going on? Okay, so the boat I'm working on, it's going spectacularly, really, really good. So the last, few weeks, I've been going so fast, like just getting so much done. I've crossed off so many things on my to-do list that I'm actually, like every now and then I have to stop and be like, well, I got to write new stuff on this to-do list so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. Right now, there's nothing on my to-do list because I've crossed everything out. And when you get in that mode of just going, and then you start getting a little bit crazy. I'm a little bit crazy right now. Not really crazy, but it's sort of like everything is frazzled. And if you look at my workbench right now where my tools are, you can kind of see it in some of the videos. It just keeps getting like this thicker and thicker film of just like metal bits and plastic dust from like grinding and cutting and drilling. It's just, and then tools are all over it. I am keeping that contained to my little tool zone though, so it's good. Although there was one day when I had metal bits like all over my house because I was walking in and out of there a lot, but I got it all swept up. It's pretty easy to clean up a concrete floor for the most part. If it was carpeted in here, I'd be screwed. Anyway, but yeah, I'm feeling a little bit crazy and frazzled, but I think I just need to keep going, ride this out until I get to a point where, I either need to take a rest or I just, kind of get some stuff done and grow some flowers that I can stop and smell. I got burps. So what is going on with the boat? Let's see, the boat's right out there. Let me look at it for a second. Oh yeah, I'm working on the wiring right now. And yeah, once I get the wires connected, I've got a couple of the wires connected. But once I get all the wires connected, I can totally, it's functional, It doesn't have the batteries yet. Those are coming in the next shipment that comes in. So the way I get stuff in Panama, I've mentioned this before, there are several people who do this service, but there's a guy I always use in town. His name's Bill. He's great. Never had a problem with him. But roughly once a month, he ships a container, like one of those big shipping containers from Florida down to town here, down to Panama. And like local people around here send stuff to his address in Florida. And then once he gets a full container, ships it down. That's more or less how it goes. He skipped March just because he was having a kind of a slowdown and he wasn't filling up a container. So like he kind of skipped a container, like basically made it like 2 months between containers, which the downside is that I could have had my batteries by now and put them in the boat. But the upside is that now I've got a bunch of other stuff for the boat coming on the container. So things that were already coming were charge controller, a battery, like a big 24-volt lithium iron phosphate battery. So those are coming. Those go together because one charges the other. So that's great. A couple other things. Some people, and then, well, the charge controller, someone sent me off my Amazon wish list. And then the battery, I talked to this company, Redodo, and they agreed to send me a battery if I, make a couple of videos about it, showing, installing and everything. And I'm like, yeah. And anyway, and then a couple other people sent me some metal working tools, a metal bender, a brake. We call it a metal brake, right? I don't want to break the metal, I just want to bend it. So it's a metal bender to me. And then also a pipe bender. So those will be on the next container. So that's exciting. And there's a couple other things. And one thing that just happened the other day is this dude, Paul, emails me and he's like, hey, I was looking at your Amazon wish list and that those chairs you wanted to get for your boat. So I emailed the company who makes the chairs and I asked them, if I buy this Jaimie guy one of these chairs, will you send him another one for free if he, will put it in a video? And then he emailed me and is like, are you cool with this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with this, man. So he got me 2 chairs. He bought one for me and he's getting one sent from the company. So that will be on the next container. So when the next container comes in, next time I go to pick up packages, there's going to be like everything for the boat. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm still going to want. Well, I guess I still want like an inverter for the boat, but that's like a frosting on top. I don't need that to drive around or anything. That would just be so I could take things and plug them in on the boat. It would just be a nice, convenient thing. But like all this stuff to make it work is going to be on the next container. So that's very exciting, and I'm excited about the chairs because they're like tractor chairs. They're going to be squishy, nice chairs for my butt. And the pipe bender and the sheet metal bender, I totally could have used working on the boat, but I'll have plenty of uses for them in the future anyway. See, I've got all these right here. This is a big stack of stainless steel and aluminum pipes, and then there's a bunch more over there, and there's some outside that I haven't even brought in yet. And then, can you see it? Wait. Wait, right over here. Wait, this. Yeah, this down here, that's a whole bunch of sheet metal. So yeah, I bought a whole bunch of materials recently. And just ignore the mess back here. My kids were just going crazy the last few days. They're at Shayna's house right now, so it's quiet here. What else is going on here? What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, so things have been very hands right, different tablet. So things have been very, very hectic, but also going really well. And my kids have been giving me all kinds of help with the boat and stuff, which I have to admit is not always the most helpful, but it's cool because I like to get them involved in stuff. So they see how the wires attach and everything. And they always ask me all these questions, why these wires and not those ones, what's a watt and why, and I just answer all their questions. And that's kind of how I do school with my kids. So I really like it when they get involved in what I'm doing. Plus, they're good at like bringing tools and stuff. And if I'm out on the boat, I can be like, hey, Karkinian, I need a screwdriver, a flathead. Can you go get one? And he'll just like hop up and run into the house and grab one and come back like this. And I'm like, no, almost. And he'll run back and get the right one. But it's pretty cool. I love having kids, man. Okay, how do I set someone to be a moderator? I vote using this camera every time. Old camera. Yeah, I'll use this tablet every time from now on. Don't worry. Heard you may be getting some lithium batteries. Are you getting iron phosphate or lithium ion? Lithium iron phosphate. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, maybe I should double check that, but I'm pretty sure. So for the boat, I'm getting one lithium iron phosphate. It's a 24 volt, 100 amp hour battery for the boat. And they agreed to send me one for free as long as I showed it in video. I asked for 2, but I knew I probably wasn't going to get that. I might be able to get more from them in the future for other projects if this one goes well. But on this boat, I kind of want to have 2. So I still might buy a second one before the next shipping container ships. I probably would have already bought it if the shipping container was already on its way, but it's still going to be a couple more weeks before it comes. So I think I might get a second one of those batteries because my motor is going to be like 50 amps ish, and I don't know if I want to run 50 amps off one of those batteries. It's kind of high. I mean, it can do it, but I don't want to. I'd rather have my batteries last longer than kind of, stress them a lot and reduce their lifespan. So I don't know, I'm probably going to get a second battery, but if I don't and I just put the one battery on, I'll probably just drive only in the daytime when I'm also getting solar power coming in. So that way, the motor can run like 2/3 off the solar panels and like 1/3 off the battery, or 50-50 or whatever. But just to give the batteries not such a hard time until I get a second one for it. And anyway, yeah, let's see what's going on here. I never do a do list. I just do. Yeah, I don't usually do a doing list either, but I started getting through things so fast, I was losing track of what I was doing. I almost never do a to-do list. But yeah, lately I started writing things down, except I'll write down a list of like 5 things, and 2 days later it'll be gone. And I'll be like, what? I do a stuff I need list. Oh, I do have a stuff I need list. That's on my Amazon wish list. And yeah, a bunch of stuff has been taken off that because people bought me a bunch of stuff off it. I also bought myself something off it recently. I don't remember what it was, but I like to try to keep some stuff on there. Very exciting news. How did you get free stuff? Just email. I'd love to get some batteries for my off-grid project. Okay, so what I do to get free stuff. Oh, hold on. I just got a walkie-talkie message. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. I totally could have checked on my my YouTube. I think you just said okay. Okay, over and out. That's it. Okay. I said you totally could have just checked on my YouTube because I'm doing a live right now. But yeah, I'm back. You're saying you saw a whole bunch of poison dart frogs in one of the banana circles?
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that many all at the same time. Usually I only see like 2.
Well, maybe they're to make babies. All right, I'm gonna go do the rest of my talking here.
Okay, bye.
All right, over now. Oh, okay. Oh, I was right in the middle of the sentence, wasn't I? Wait, it was talking about. Oh yeah, okay, how do I get free stuff? So I've gotten some solar panels for free, and I'm getting a battery. I might be able to get a second one. But anyway, and I've actually, this walkie-talkie, I got this for free. I did a review of them a while ago. I mean, years ago. Okay, so what I do to get free stuff is, first, you have to have a YouTube channel or some kind of way to publicize something. Then I'll write a company, and I'll usually write like a whole bunch of different companies because 90% of them won't write anything back. It's sort of like trying to talk to girls, except with a way higher success rate, Anyway, so I'll write a bunch of companies, and for example, with the battery, I wrote an email and basically said, hey, I'm working, I have this YouTube channel, it has this many views, gave a little blurb about my YouTube channel, just like a couple sentences though, nothing, people aren't gonna wanna read a big long thing. So, I've got a YouTube channel, it's got this many views, it's about, living off grid and inventions, and, I'm working on this boat right now, and it's a solar electric boat, and I want to get some batteries on it. I was wondering if you guys would like to sponsor my boat and send me a battery. I need something like this, and I will show it in the video. And then to get the battery, I actually had a pretty detailed list of like videos I'll do with the battery. So I guess I could just tell you this because it's going to come up soon. So I said, I'll make 4 videos about your battery, not just with your battery in it. And the first video will be going to pick up the battery, in which I will talk about the battery that I'm going to pick up, driving a boat that does not have a battery in it. And I'll talk about, how amazing it'll be to have a battery, because I'm driving a boat with no battery. And then the second video will be installing the battery in the boat. And, showing how to do that. And, obviously showing the battery itself, giving some advertisement for it. And then the third video will be doing a test drive of the boat and, checking on the battery progress and everything, and, seeing how it goes is one of the major parts of testing the boat. And then the fourth video will be coming back to the trip to go get stuff. But this time will be with the battery, and, how much better it is with the battery than it was without the battery. So, I basically explained all that, and I figured they would like that because that sounds pretty amazing, right? And yeah, a bunch of places just didn't respond, but this Redodo place responded and said, well, that sounds amazing. How about one of these batteries, the 24 volt, 100 amp hour ones? And I was like, that would be spectacular. 2 would be even better, but this is great, So, and then, I did something similar when I got the solar panels, and the walkie-talkies were from Banggood, this website that sells, it's sort of like Walmart. No, it's sort of like Amazon, but Chinese Amazon. And for years, they kept asking me if I would review things. And I did 3 different things with them. One was a solar panel that melted the first time I used it. Another was a video camera that was total garbage. And then the walkie-talkies. And after that, I was like, okay, I don't want to do anything more with you guys, because it's like 2 out of 3 things are useless. They're things I can't use. And if I'm gonna promote some kind of product on my channel, it's got to be something I'm using, like something I want to use. Like I don't want to just like show something that I don't care about just to advertise and make money. That's just freaking irritating. No, I'll do it if it's something that I'm really using, something. And then I'm just going to be honest about it. Like when the solar panel melted, I showed it on video. Funny thing is, they still wanted me to review more things. But anyway, that's how those things go. And I don't do those kind of things very often, because I don't want to have a channel that's all like reviews and stuff. It's just if something fits in and it's really valuable. So like, a lithium battery for the boat, that's worth doing to me. Let's see. Best to put question in front of the question you have to ask. Jaimie likes that way. Yeah, if you have a question, if you put question at the beginning, it kind of stands out, and then I make sure I don't miss your comment. I try to pretty much read all the comments, but sometimes I can't keep up and I have to skip a few. Are you still working on the lumber mill? Yes. I haven't done much on the lumber mill just because the boat is so close to being able to go, so I've mostly been working on that. But the lumber mill, yeah, it's going well. I guess it's just kind of on hold for a week. I've been thinking about it though. I got the parts over there, So the lumber mill is part of a bigger operation. The bigger operation is right up here. This is my second floor level, right? And right now there's no floor. There's just a couple boards here and there. And the second floor is going to be like a donut. It'll go in a circle all the way around the house, and the middle will be open. But that way it'll be like a racetrack. So it'll be good for running or, kids driving scooters around or whatever. And then there's a third floor up there, which I guess just at the top of these windows. Yeah, right up at the top of these windows. That's the third floor level. There's no floor on the second floor or the third floor. So I need to cut boards for that. And to cut boards, I need a lumber mill. I also need a boat that can move logs. And then I need some paths into the forest where I have like, I don't know, like 25 acres of just mostly raw jungle. And in there's tons of wood. I don't even have to cut trees down. I can just find downed trees. Although the best wood is always dead standing trees, if you can find them that haven't been eaten by termites. But anyway, there's wood there, so I have to figure out how to make paths and transport logs to get them to the ocean, and then use my bigger boat, the cargo boat that I've been working on, the shark slicer, bring the logs here and then find a way to get them up the hill. I could set up the lumber mill down at the bottom, but I figure once I've gotten a couple logs, up the hill behind the house, I'll figure out some method of doing it that works pretty easily. And then the lumber mill gets its job to cut up the logs and stuff. So it's all part of the boat, the lumber mill. There's a bunch of things that go together. All right. Hey, yes. Thumbs up, everyone. I am interested in how you're setting up the power. The power for which? For the lumber mill, I'm going to run it directly off solar panels, I think. And I'm going to set up solar panels just kind of right above the lumber mill, make it a little hut or a big hut, and then put solar panels on one side. And then whenever the solar panels are in the sun, I can cut wood. And when they're not in the sun, I can't cut wood. So, I won't be able to cut wood like 8 hours a day consistently or anything. It's just whenever the sun is out and they're aimed in the right direction. So I'll probably do it so I can do them, so I can cut wood in the morning up to maybe early afternoon. I think that would be a good time to cut wood. And for the boat, well, I guess you can probably, I'm guessing you were talking about the lumber mill. Time the trip without the battery, and you get it. Time it again, showing the progress is what I'm trying to say. That is an excellent idea. Yes, I should definitely time the trip with and without the battery. And I better go faster with the battery. Oh, question. How is mental health going? You mean mine? I don't know. My mental health is generally pretty good. Even when I'm going through like really difficult things, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, because I was talking about suicide not that long ago. Here's the thing. For me, thinking about suicide, or even just putting myself into a dangerous position where I could likely die, which people have said it's not suicide, it's just risk, whatever. Like being in a position where I would rather something than live. So I often put myself in a position where I'm like do or die, and that is it. There's no in between. There's no compromising this. Like there's certain things, certain values I won't compromise. And so I end up in these situations where I'm like, okay, this has to get fixed. This has to get changed. This has to get repaired, or I'm going to fight to the death to fix it. And if there's nothing I can fight, there's nothing I do, maybe I just die. And I found that when I do that, solutions come, And this is something I've done for a long time. And there was a time when I was very not mentally okay. Like I was really struggling, really having a difficult time with the world. And I did feel like dying. I just felt like, what is the point of even being alive? What, I don't even want to do this. Like it's just not worth doing, But then the more I thought about it, the more I realized, wait, if I'm ready to die right now, then I've got nothing to lose. So I can risk anything to fix whatever the problem is. And so that's been a pretty common way of thinking in my life. Like I often come up to situations where I'm like, this is happening or I'm going to die trying. And to me, it's not a mental health problem. To me, it's just, that's how I want to live. And that's also how a lot of the best things in my life have happened. I've just put myself into a mental state where I'm like, do or die. That's it. There's no backing out on this one. I'm either going to make it or I'm going to die trying. And I don't see it as a mental health problem at all. And I don't even know if that's what you're talking about. I think more of a mental health issue for me right now would just be that I've been working so hard on things and, doing things so fast that I'm kind of losing track of everything. Like when I'm sure you guys know what this is like. If you're like build things for hobbies or something, and you're getting through a lot of stuff, and it's almost like you get kind of frantic, it's almost like a panic, just like go, 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 go. And, as the weeks go on, it just turns into this blur of, I don't even remember what I've done. I just know that I have this thing, just keep going, just keep going. Although I'm aware of it. So I don't think I'm about to go crazy or anything. Like yesterday, I actually just stopped for like a little bit. And, I was putting some wires on the boat, and my kids were there, helping me. And the 2-year-old was helping me. Sometimes when she helps, it actually gets really difficult to do things. So I was getting a little bit frazzled, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just stop and go eat lunch. And, that's just kind of a way of saying, okay, I'm getting a little crazy here. I just need to stop this and, just take care of myself and take care of stuff and feed my kids, obviously. But yeah, I would say my mental health is pretty good. It's actually probably better than it's been in kind of a long time, because I've had a lot of stresses that were very difficult to deal with for a lot of years, and they've kind of largely gone away. Not gone away, but it's largely been just kind of dealt with, Not sure if that's what you're talking about, but you could make a steam engine. I totally want to make a steam engine. I've even got the rough design in my head of what I want to build. And this might change. There's a good chance this will change when I actually get to the point of doing it. But what I've been thinking about in my head is like a rotary steam engine. This would be like a top view, and it's got like a bunch of pistons around it. And it's got a thing that spins in the middle, and the pistons spin it. And there's a thing that comes around and kind of directs steam into each piston, and it's, I think it'll work well and, be efficient and put a lot of power into a small thing and not be that difficult to make too. Question, ever think about putting an electric generator to the paddle wheel to help charge the battery? No, because that would be harder to pedal. It's hard enough to pedal. Now, I guess I could do that if I was like not going anywhere and just kind of hanging out. And I was like, I feel like charging my batteries. But I'd rather just let the sun do that and use my leg power when I'm driving. Now, there is a question that I often get about, if I'm pedaling anyway, why don't I just charge some batteries with a generator? The thing is, anytime you're pedaling and turning a generator to charge batteries, the generator takes force to turn. And like you're not magically just getting extra energy from nowhere. It's like you have to push harder to store up that energy. And if you then use the batteries to run a motor, you're actually wasting energy, because you're transferring the energy, or you're transforming the energy from your mechanical energy through the generator into electrical energy, and then back into mechanical energy again. And every time the energy moves into one state or another, or even through wires or through anything with friction, you're losing some of the energy to heat and just like rubbing and stuff, So it ends up being much less efficient than just pedaling directly, directly to some paddle wheel or a propeller or something. Let's see. Question, would steel cable serve you as a pulley system useful for dragging logs? Maybe. There's a good chance. Yeah, there's a good chance I'm going to use some kind of steel cable for pulling logs, or I might just use a rope. I don't know. I'm you know what? I do have this little winch thing. I think it can pull 750 pounds of pulling power, and it's a little like manual thing. You just attach a drill to it, and it'll pull like with 750 pounds of pull, which might be useful. I might need more pulling power than that. I might use a block and tackle. I'm not sure. I was also thinking about, I talked about this a little while ago, about just making a cart. I don't know what these are called. I forgot what they're called. Someone's going to tell me in a minute. but just like a two-wheeled thing that the log can kind of go in, and then have the wheels ratcheted so they can go forward, but not backwards. So that if I'm on a flat, I can just kind of drag it and it won't be that hard. But then if I'm going up a hill, I can just, shove it. And anytime I shove it a little bit forward, it'll like, click a couple ratchets and then not come back. And then if it's a hill that I really can't just shove it, I can, twist it sideways, like just take the log and just go sideways and sideways. And that would make one wheel go forward and it would ratchet and get locked. And then the next wheel would go forward and then get locked in the next wheel. So I could, wiggle it up a hill and then, get back to some flat ground. And I'm thinking most of the time I'm moving these logs, it's going to be on either flat ground or down hills because I'm starting up on land and going down to the water. So I should just have a few uphills here and there, hopefully not a lot. And of course, once I start doing it, I'm just going to have to figure out all the details as I'm going. The way I'll probably do it is I'll just go completely unprepared to the first log, maybe with a rope or something, and just see what I can do. And then and just see whatever I have to do to move it. And as I'm going, I'll figure things out. And by the time I get to like 3 or 4 or 5 logs, I'll have some kind of system worked out that works pretty well. But I found that to be a really effective way of tackling these kind of problems. When there's something I'm going to have to do like 100 times, I often just say, okay, let me just do the first one. No plan, just see what happens and then figure stuff out. Rather than trying to get it all worked out before I start. Because, I've had the experience in the past where I'll get all this stuff set up to be able to do this thing, and then I end up not even using like half of it because I realize as I start, well, half of the stuff is useless. This is the only useful part. And then I also need this and just get rid of all this crap. So I find it really useful to just try one and see how it goes. And then just quickly learn from there. And the funny thing is that actually goes against everything I was taught in school. Because the way we're taught in school is that you're supposed to know the answer before you even start, which is dumb. It doesn't make sense. And then people get these egos where it's like, I have to get it perfect on the first try. And it ends up limiting people a lot. Let's see. Here's how to add moderators to YouTube channel. How? Did you do it? How? Oh, I don't know. Take a massive dose of psilocybin mushrooms. My God, I don't need any mushrooms. I actually don't. I don't like anything that will alter my mental state. I like to alter my mental state, and I do. Sometimes I'll make myself crazy. Like if there's something I need to accomplish and I can't do it sane, like I'll just make myself crazy temporarily and then come back, I'm glad you are feeling better. I would really miss you if you went away, and your kids would miss you. Counseling has really helped me a lot. Not sure if that is available down in Panama. I am not doing any counseling. Frankly, I don't even know if I should say this, but no one's going to understand me better than me. And I understand myself pretty well. And sometimes people try to tell me about myself and they're like, Jaimie, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'll listen to them, but I've never had someone explain me to me in a way that was anywhere close to my own understanding of me. And the reason I understand myself so well is because I'm always working on myself. I mean, when I make a lot of these talking videos where I'm talking about problems in the world and, how to behave better and stuff like that, I'm mostly talking about myself. And I'm constantly testing this stuff and, figuring out what works for me and with my brain and everything. I have a pretty good understanding of how I work. And I don't see counselors helping me. Unless they got really nice boobies. All right, I didn't say that, never mind. Question: did any of your kids trick you on April Fool's Day? They didn't even know when was April Fool's Day. I don't know what day of the week it is half the time. So I think April Fool's Day was recently, but yeah, we didn't pay attention, I guess. Did it work that time? Oh, Tomatoes, are you a moderator now? I don't know. Did you do it? What happened? Question: would it be possible to send out a notification letting us know when the Sunday talks will begin? Oh, not sure how it works, but there is a way to do it. I don't know. I think they just happen. I try to do them at 11 o'clock. I try to do them at the same time every week so that you know when they're coming. At least it's 11 o'clock my time here. Although I was 20 minutes late today because, I mean, life. I'm not, I'm doing a lot of stuff here and it's just me doing all this stuff. It's not like I've got like someone else handling social media and a camera person. And, like a lot of these YouTube channels, they've got like several people doing all this stuff. And like one person is just updating everyone on stuff and posting links to stuff and posting updates, and another person, like the person talking on camera is just one of several, or at least two, but here it's just me. So, and I'm not just making videos. Like most of the work that goes into these videos is not actually the videos, it's the making of the stuff and the doing of the stuff. So, I'll have like one hand available to operate the camera, and I don't have, I guess I just don't really have the resources necessary to do what you're asking. I'm sorry. But I try to do these every week at 11 at the same time. And if that changes at some point to a different time, I'll try to keep that time consistent. But right now, I'm leaving it at 11 my time on Sunday. A steam turbine might be easier to build. An old charger from a car adapted for steam. A steam turbine might be easier to build. Right. A 12-volt winch from a quad or car, very powerful. Well, I wouldn't want a 12-volt winch. I'd rather have a 24 because all my stuff is 24 volts. If I had a 24-volt thing, I don't know. The thing is, like, I'm going to try to do it without an electric thing at first. Like, this is for moving logs. At first, I'm going to try to move logs just with my own power. Because once I have something that uses either fuel or battery, that means I have to carry the fuel or the battery and the machine. And I'd rather carry like a rope and a couple pulleys than a winch and a battery, But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Question: have you considered using an animal to pull logs to your mill? A little bit, but man, I'd have to have a pretty strong animal to be stronger than me. So it's not like I could just get a goat or something. I'd need like an ox to really make it worth it. And I don't think I'm prepared to get an ox and train it and do all this stuff. Let's see. Make a way to put a bar directly to the log dolly wheels, turn them individually. Oh, so like basically turn the wheels of the log dolly. Yeah, I mean, I could make it powered. I could even make it like not necessarily motor powered, but like have a crank that's geared down. So if I have a log going up a hill, I can turn the crank and it'll slowly go up. And then when I get to a flat, just put it in neutral and pull it until I get to another spot where it's stuck, and then just turn the crank again and get it over the bump or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of ideas, and I don't know, I'll figure them out when I get there. Jaimie, don't brains help brains think? I'm not sure what you're saying to me. I don't know. I must have missed something. Just popped in. Has the camera quality been addressed? It looks so good. Oh, so good. Well, this is a newer tablet. So I'm using this one now. It was kind of a pain in the butt to set up this YouTube thing on it. But anyway, it's all working now. So I'm going to be using this one. Mr. Landfill says yesterday. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what the last thing you said was. Also, what's up, JMO? Dallas Wade. Tomaters might be trying to add a link. I think they get auto blocked until you are a mod. Oh, is Tomaters trying to add a link so I can add him? I'll have to figure out how to actually get out of here, bug. Wait, what if I click this thing down here? No, that doesn't do anything. Just typed in how to add a moderator to my channel, and it will show you video on how to add a mod. Oh, I guess I'll have to watch that video sometime. Oh, did I look into Stan 10? Holy yawns. My 2-year-old was in my bed all last night, you know, keeping me awake. I mean, that's normal. She usually climbs into my bed at like 2 in the morning and then like keeps me awake all night. I mean, not totally awake. I'm kind of half asleep. Question, did you look into Santan Solar? I did not. I guess I've just been busy doing other things. Oh, April 1st was yesterday. Yeah, I didn't do anything for April 1st, April Fool's Day. Second, thirded best video quality ever. The shark slicer looks great. The panels came out great. Didn't know how cool Legos were. I call it Lego. Like, I don't call them Legos. I call it Lego, like it's a substance, like sand or like clay. You know, it's Lego. It's the substance you put together into things. I don't think about them as individual things, so I always call it Lego. Not that that's important. What's new this week in the life of Jaimie? Well, did you just get here? You missed everything. Everything's new. I don't know. Okay. You know what the funny thing is? So I'm trying to add Tomaters and Mr. Landfill as moderators. And last week, I was using my crappy old tablet, and as I was trying to scroll the comments, it would stick, and every once in a while, this window would pop up. And one of the things was add this person as moderator. And I don't know how to do it now on purpose. If I click on someone's name, it doesn't do anything. Why are you? Oh, okay. What happened? Wait, what happened where? Hope you're doing well, brother. Okay, I didn't miss anything important, right? Wait, keep going. Let me just check that I've got all my. Okay. Ooh, I'm caught up to the end of my comments here, which is very exciting. So what was I talking about before I just started checking comments? Tomaters, nothing. I was talking about nothing. Or were you talking about something else? I probably was talking about nothing. So oh, do I want to talk about that? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I should just shut up and go finish the wiring on my boat so that I can actually drive it. So what I'm going to do with the rest of today, after I get off, is I'm going to put the rest of the wires on the shark slicer, and I'll get video of that and everything. And oh, I got the switch in position. Oh, that video isn't finished uploading yet, so it's not up yet. But I got my main switch in position, and it's amazing. It's almost like Back to the Future DeLorean switch, except like way more steampunk or something. Question, I remember you made a bike powered generator. Do you plan on making one there? I would love to make another one of those. I totally should make another one of those. So at my old place in Vermont, many years ago now, I made just like a bike generator. And it was a bike that I got from the junkyard, just on a stand with the tire removed out the back. And I put a V-belt around the wheel on the back that went to a car alternator. So, and then the car alternator would charge the house batteries. Now, the car alternator was like a 1,000-watt alternator. So it's not like it could actually pedal 1,000 watts. It's just too much. So I assembled this clump of resistors and put it in there to reduce the power down to like 200 watts-ish. And that I could pedal. And it was awesome. Wow, that thing was great. It was some good exercise. And I would love to have one here because, you know, some days I just want to get some exercise. It's rainy out. And oh man, holy yawns. I'm not bored of you guys. I just was kept up half the night by my 2-year-old. And she was being cute and adorable. It's not like she was screaming at me or anything. She was just snuggling. But anyway, yeah, I really want to have another bike generator one here. Although I don't think I have space for it yet. Like I need to get my upper floors built and get half the stuff that's down here put upstairs where it goes. And then I'm going to have a lot more room down here. And some of the stuff down here, like I've got a pile of sand right over there. Like it's basically a room that's just taken up by sand that I, you know, use to do the roof and cement and stuff. I got to do also. Let's go do stuff. Yeah. Tomatoes is ready to go do stuff. I heard lots of good things about Redodo batteries. Hope they work well for you. Yeah, I heard good things about them too. So hopefully they're good. I built a bike generator with a car generator, super hard to pedal when energized. Yeah, so get a bunch of resistors in there and slow down the energy so it doesn't output so much. And it's a lot easier to pedal. Great seeing you today, and thanks for the quick response. Have a great day, and have a great day, everyone else. I have been enjoying all the new videos you have posted. More work, less talk. Well, talking's important too sometimes. Got to do some talking. But yeah, I guess I am pretty eager to get those. Hey, it's Joe Blowmeister. How's it going, man? I am pretty eager to get those wires on the boat. And I am at the end of the comments, so I guess I will go do that. Over and out, dude, classic Mike says. And Tomatoes, have a great day. And Joe, if you just got here, I'm sorry, but we're done. I'm gonna go finish putting wires on my boat. And I probably need to clean up some stuff in here too. Or use a cheap pulse width modulator motor controller connected to the output of the generator to reduce the total load. True. You can also use, heating elements as resistors if you don't just have a bunch of resistors. Mr. Landfill, have a great day, everyone. Stay awesome. All right, I think we're just saying goodbyes. We're done. Let's eat. Oh, I gotta eat too. I have some fried rice I need to heat up. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here, and everyone have a great day. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Where's the button? There's the button.